What one thing would you like to say to a friend, but can't? You've known each other for 3 months and every time I see you together, you're arguing. You're pretty freaking stupid for getting engaged. Oh god, I knew a couple that never really out and out argued. No shouting or high emotions, but their constant interaction with each other was a tense, low-level bicker. Hated them both. Thought them both buttholes. Then they finally broke up and started dating other people, and it turned out they were both lovely without the other one about. I hate that you decided to have your wedding right before mine. I hate that you expect me to drop everything and help plan yours just because it's first. When you said I don't understand why it's so hard for people to cancel their plans for me, I wanted to slap your spoiled brat face. You lost a dozen friends in the past few months because you treated them all like crap. Not because they're crazy. You're about to lose one more if something doesn't change. I've never had a dozen friends. I had hoped the DUI would be a wake-up call. For some people it is. For others it's just another bump in the road. The money you suddenly have loads of, that's supposed to be to pay for the care of your nephew. Now you've taken him in. Not as free money so you can go on holiday, buy a new car, and have another baby to get the girl you're so desperate for. Maybe if your husband wasn't a lazy butthole you might not have been so tight on money. Either way, he's a kid whose mother died, not a cash cow. Suck it up, and break up with him already. I'm sick of hearing about your petty drama. You need to get your cat crap problem under control. Seriously, your entire house smells and this is why I don't come over anymore. I thought you'd clean up the piles of feces in your kitchen and laundry room when your mother came to visit, but now I understand the horrible truth that your whole family doesn't have a problem with filth. I need you to get your act together and clean the crap up. It's unsanitary. If you're going to have 3 cats, take care of them. Oh pal, you smell. Seriously, tell them. They'll thank you later, maybe, but really. The reason you can't find a guy who will stick around for longer than a month is because you're too clingy, you ask for too much too soon, and are addicted to sex with strangers. I hate listening to you complain about guys, because you are the freaking problem. We know you're gay, and we don't care. You're almost 40, you don't have to pretend anymore. Note, if I was 100% sure I would probably say it, but only like 90% sure, which holds me back. Just bring it up in the form of social commentary or talking politics. Don't say I know you're gay, just say things that make it very clear that you don't have any problem with people being gay. Stop lying about things that are so trivial and pointless. For example, she'll mention that her husband put handles on their kitchen cabinets one weekend. I went to their house a couple weeks later and there were no handles on the cabinets. Stuff like this all the time and I just don't get it. At least if you're gonna lie, make it about something interesting. Men get tired of you because you complain and whine all the time. There, I've said it. You don't appreciate the things you have enough. You are overly critical of your husband and no matter how much he tries it will never be enough. Life is not a freaking Disney movie. Stop trying to create a man that does not exist. How much longer do you think you can carry on this lifestyle? You literally live in the basement of your parents' house. You've never been gainfully employed in your life, and you keep talking about moving out of the crappy town we grew up in, but it's never happened. High school and college were fun, but now party time's over. You need to go out and make your mark on the world. Every time I go back to town to visit my parents, I call your house to see if you're there to hang out, and I wish more than anything that you don't pick up because you moved out and found a better life for yourself, like in Good Will Hunting. Remember we watched that at 5 AM at Ed's house that one night? But you always do. You always pick up, and that sluggishness in your voice tells me that you are either hungover or drunk. I feel desperate for your situation, but you don't seem to feel desperate for yourself. I love you, man. Don't forget that. We've known each other since we were in kindergarten. That's why I want to see you move on and better yourself and get away from that shithole town. Please just try. Do the dishes, quit feeling sorry for yourself, and be productive with your life. But mainly do the dishes every once in a while. Also, dishes. Stop making excuses. If you don't want to hang out, just say it. Stop making lame ass excuses to get out of things that we do. Actually say this one. I haven't, it really opened their eyes. Your mother would not have wanted you to waste her insurance money. Friend's mom passed about 5 months ago from cancer. He quit his job and is blowing through the insurance money. Go turn yourself in. You have the cash to bond out. Start taking care of your legal crap. I can't believe I haven't seen you in 2 years. I miss you a lot. Your son is developmentally delayed. He's not talking much, not because he's like Einstein. He's doing it because he has fetal alcohol syndrome. Your dismissal of my dogged pursuit of the best resources and interventions money could buy for your child will further impair his development and further negatively impact the quality of his life. Your arrogance and insecurity are ruining your firstborn and you won't listen to anyone trying to help. Frick, sorry you're carrying that weight around. How the heck did we go from being the best of friends for 17 years to Facebook friends? The only thing I've heard from you lately are your freaking Candy Crush scores. I miss you all, and yes, I've told you that, as well as dropped numerous hints, but none of you were there when I needed you the most. So I guess it's time for me to let go and move on. Have a good life and see you around. Yeah, I could have written this one. Chew with your mouth closed, bro, especially in front of girls you're interested in. You can tell him this. It's not that big of a deal. Stop giving me crap because I'm not going to a big name university right after school, because I have no clue what I want to do. I just don't feel like throwing away thousands and thousands of dollars to do something I may not like. You're making the right choice. I wish I'd done what you're doing. That I lost my virginity to his sister. Hey who? That I hate her 42-year-old boyfriend and I can't agree with her dating him. They got together when she was 15 and now she's raising his son from a past marriage. It makes me sick that a 39-year-old would find interest in a 15-year-old child. She's 18 now and there's nothing I can do to sway her. I know you're my best friend and the best wing girl a dude could ask for, but I really want to wife you. Stop trying to get a boyfriend. Every time I talk to you, you have some story about a guy that you kind of liked but something happened. Just take a break for a while. Hello, he's deaf. Your girlfriend is a vapid succubus that is slowly destroying you. Dump her before it's too late. I know this is a worthless comment but the phrase vapid succubus is too perfect to pass unremarked. You are marrying the wrong girl. Dude, you're 27, living with your parents, don't have a job or any desire to look for one. Stop acting like you're smarter, fitter, better in bed and just generally a better person than everyone else. Yeah, maybe I don't really like the guy. I don't know why we're friends, but I know I can't imagine a day when we're not. That's pretty deep, man. You smell like crap all the time. I love you. I've always loved you. For 35 years of my life, I could never get you out of my mind. The worst part was finding out that you became the person I always thought you were in my mind. There isn't a separate ideal you I've created. Now that we're friends again after meeting up 20 years later, it almost hurts to hear that you're exactly who I always thought you were, because now you're with someone who looks almost exactly like me but is otherwise an butthole that doesn't deserve you. It's obvious he doesn't make you happy, but you're still with him because of the kids. I love my wife and children, but there was, and always will be a special place for you in my heart. If anything ever happens, I will be there for you if I can. Maybe someday we'll be together when we're old and grey. We can laugh and share memories about our childhood and talk about our grandchildren. But I will always be sad that I could not share my life in full with you. It hurts to see you so sad, and that you put up with him. I can't stand to see you cry, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't love it when I am there to be your shoulder to cry on. Your kids call me uncle, but I wouldn't be upset if they called me dad. I'm sorry to the world that I truly love two people. I'm sure there's a parallel universe where I married you and long for my current wife the same. It's weird to write this instead of think it, but I feel much better now that I have. I'm almost 50, and that's been inside me never mentioned since we were in school together in 77. Well frick. I wish I could be as responsible and together as you. Taking 30 plus pills and vitamins a day does not make you healthy. She's 24. Stop eating like crap and get your fat ass to the gym if you want to be healthy. Furthermore, stop trying to tell me I'm not healthy because I don't take that crap. Ah yes, the overweight friend that always gives health advice. My wife's friend is like that. Always telling her she shouldn't eat that or this or do that exercise because it's not good for you, while eating a 10 PM pizza followed by a bag of chips, some cake and a trip to DQ for a large blizzard, after having eaten dinner at her place first. The only reason you're doing your masters is because your boyfriend did all of your homework. No, you don't deserve it. It was me that farted in the car, not your mother. The conversion therapy isn't going to work and you are going to live a miserable life if you don't leave your church. I try my best to help you with whatever I can, whenever I can, and I know you're busy, but please, could you at least try to listen to me? Nod your head, mumble, anything, just so I know you at least hear what I'm saying. I never try to ask much of you either, but maybe if you could remember stuff I've said too. I'm not asking for you to be able to document my whole life or be able to write my biography, but just enough so that you don't give me that look when I bring up something about myself that I know I've told you many times before. Every time that you do, I kind of just want to die on the inside because it makes me feel that less important. I don't mind listening at all, but sometimes I kind of want you to listen too. You don't have to fix all my life problems. Just acknowledge I'm there, please. You shouldn't be hanging out with me. I've possibly ruined my and your education and been dragging you with me. I'm sorry for being a bad friend. Friends are what make you, and I shouldn't be. You are incredibly smart, generous in spirit, mature in your interactions, fun and funny, respectful and respectable, kind-hearted, and thoughtful about life and others. You've got your flaws, but you're self-aware, humble, and constantly growing. Stop dating women who don't appreciate you. I want to marry you. You should dump your guy because you want kids. Your relationship is not going to lead to starting a family, and you're not getting any younger. You shouldn't stick it out just because you had a childhood ideal of only ever sleeping with one man. Also, he's really not good enough for you and you can do better. I can't say this out loud because it's actually none of my business and she needs to make her own mistakes. Also, he's not mean or anything. They just obviously want different things in life and she is putting off making a decision. You're size 2 and weigh maybe 110 pounds. Quit saying you're freaking fat. There's always that girl trying to get back to her birth weight. I'm a girl and I'm straight, but I love my childhood friend. I think she is the only person I have ever loved, not in a sexual way, but yeah, she saved me from a lot of hate, depression and made me get through a horrible time in my life. We still talk all the time, but bringing up that I love her like that just seems a little weird, and I just don't really know how to express how much she means to me and for all the things she has done. Write it in a letter, even if you never give it to her. I bet just sorting your thoughts and feelings out on paper will make you feel better. And, if you do give it to her, she can read it straight through and absorb your meaning without disruption. You have been visited by the cat doctor. Comment cat health to get good health and do not get sick. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.